Hello, guys. Welcome to the week two module of the content marketing strategy. So, this week, what we'll be covering is basically introduction to content marketing, the content marketing funnel, the content life cycle, content creation, how to create a content creation strategy, and we'll look at social media management, we'll look at career path, and then you have your module activity for the week. So I'm very sure you followed through the last material we had where we talked about the customer journey. Now, why that would be important or useful in this module is that it will guide you throughout all the necessary steps that you might want to take at the end of it. So, firstly, you would understand that most business will always miss out on a lot of opportunities because oftentimes their visions for content marketing is very, very small. Now, the mistake most people make is trying to compare or think that content marketing and content writing are the same. They are not. They are different categories or they are different niche. Now, as a result of this, what they do is that they are beginning to churn out content, but they are not getting good results. And that's why content in itself is not just what drives traffic and sales. It's not just the content. Your content needs to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Now, when we talk about a perfect content, we are not referring to just you or your brand or your objective. We are talking about delivering the right information to your prospects at exactly the right point in the customer journey. So, the first myth you must take off your mind is that you don't make content for yourself. Every content you make are not for yourself; they are for your audience, for your market. So, take off your emotions every time you are creating content, or take off your emotions when you're looking at content marketing. You get? So it goes beyond what you feel, but what or where your customer are in their journey. So, what then is content marketing? Now, content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. Now, observe valuable, relevant, and consistent. Valuable, relevant, and consistent. Yes, so observe the keyword valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So the idea of content marketing goes beyond just writing. There's what we call content writing and content distribution. So when we say content marketing, we are looking at, because we've looked at marketing as a whole first. So we are looking at a whole. Okay, so after that, we're looking at why then do you need content marketing? Why should I use content marketing? Now, it's very important because it's not just working for building trust. It also helps to generate leads and cultivate customer loyalty, but because it is also the new normal from the consumer side. Every prospect, every client, every customer you have, they want to see your content across all social media platforms. So being able to create consistent, valuable, and relevant content will help you stand out as a brand or as a digital marketer. Either you are selling a product or a service. So why should you employ content marketing? Now, the first thing you must know is that it makes your audience stick around the long. You know that when your content is very much appreciated, very, very attention grabbing, you get people to stick to your brand oftentimes the more. I'm sure that as you have account, or should I say social media account platform that you always go to regularly to go and see if they have a new content, if they have something new. That's because they always provide value. That's because they always provide relevant and consistent content. Also, it provides you with the exposure and builds your credibility. You know, credibility means to show that you are an authority in that particular niche. You get it? So you're not just struggling, but because you are consistently creating relevant content, it shows that you know what you are doing. You know your audience well in that niche, and it does help you to build credibility. Now, it's also a fantastic way to build and get to know your audience. Yes, when you have a good content strategy, a good content marketing strategy, you'll be able to understand what your audience need at a particular time. You'll be able to understand what your audience need at the particular journey that they are in. Now, it helps you to create more opportunity for new relationships. Also, organic indexing. Now, when we talk about organic indexing, we're referring to indexing on Google and other social media platforms like the SEO and the likes. So when your content is properly marketed, you would be found among the top content when a particular interest or intent base is being searched. Also, you also save money on your marketing strategy. The truth is that when you have a good content marketing strategy, when you have a good content flowing around, you spend less on ads. You spend less on other marketing efforts because your content alone will do the job for you. You get it? Now, remember we talked about the customer journey in the first module. Now, we're looking at the content marketing funnels. You know, when you're thinking of content marketing, always think a funnel. Always think a funnel because your customer will always need to travel down different stage of their journey. Now, there's what we call the tofu, the mofu, and the bofu. That's the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. So we have the awareness, the evaluation, and the conversion. Awareness means they are just getting to know your brand. Now, evaluation means they are checking you out, they are testing you out. And then the third part is the conversion. I'm sure you must have seen that from the previous module we did. Now, looking at the content life cycle, the top of the funnel is very, very important because this is where you are positioning yourself as an authority. This is where you are positioning yourself at the top where a potential client or a prospect gets to meet you at the first hand. Now, your content at this edge, or what you will be needing here is more like you are creating freely available content at the top of the funnel that entertains, educates, and inspires. Now, what would you be using for this medium? Either a blog post, either your social media update, either email marketing, infographics, photographs, digital magazine, books, etc. Of that, this is just for the top of the funnel. Top meaning that, you know, we have hot audience, cold audience, and warm audience. Now, hot audience means that people that you know that have been buying from you over and over a period of time. Warm means at least they know you, but they are yet to buy from you. But the cold audience are those that have not known you first. You get? So you are taking them from cold to warm and then to hot. So at the middle of the funnel, what we are looking at here is more like the big goal. There is the big goal. The big goal here is to convert the problem aware and provide a solution to prospect into leads. That means they have a problem which you are aware. You are now providing a solution. Now, when you provide a solution, they become a lead. Now, what you are using here is free content to incentivize prospects to submit their contact information or opt in to receive future marketing. Now, we call this type of content a lead magnet. Now, if you know a little thing about marketing, you know about lead magnets. Maybe you see an ad for a free ebook. Okay, download this ebook to start your digital marketing journey. Download this ebook to understand 5 mistakes people make when they begin freelancing and the likes. So these are lead magnets that you use to funnel down from the top to the bottom. You get that? Now, what you'll be using here are basically educational resources like case studies, white papers, useful resources, swipe files, checklists, and the likes. You also have software downloads, discounts, coupons, clubs, quizzes, surveys, webinars, etc. More like CS Launchpad now, they used a webinar or an event, to take you guys from the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel and then to the middle and then to the bottom. You get that? Now, the last part is the bottom of the funnel. Now, you've done the work from the top to the middle. Now, the last part is to sell. So the bottom is to sell. Now, what type of content will you need here? What kind of content would you be needing here would your lead need to make an informed purchase decisions? Now, what would you need there? Maybe a demo, free trials, customer stories, customer reviews, comparison, webinars, events, mini classes, and the likes. You see people, they use a class to lure you into their funnel, and then they're giving you consistent, relevant content. At the end of it, you feel like you just need to buy from them. That's the whole idea of content marketing. Always ensure that you have taken your customer through a journey. Because I said last time that every customer are not in a particular niche or particular journey. I mean, they are not at a particular stage. There are some that know your brand already. There are some that don't know your brand at all. So you have to take them from the awareness to the consideration or the evaluation, and then where they now convert. So now let's look at content creation. Now, content creation is the process of generating topic ideas that appeal to your buyer persona. Buyer persona means your target audience. Now, it can be in written or visual form around those ideas and making that information accessible to your audience, either as a blog, video, infographics, or other formats. Now, it goes beyond just writing. That's why there's content writing, there's content creation, and there's also content curation. Now, for content creation, you are specifically making content, either it's blog, articles, write-ups, videos, graphics, and the likes. To get that, now there are stages of content creation. We call them, there are 5 actually. There is the content planning and strategy, where you plan your content from the beginning. There is the process where you are creating the content. That's the content creation process. There are tools you need, and there is how you can create the content plan, and there's then where you now analyze your content. That is, you analyze the result of every content that you've created. Now, why do I need a content strategy? Why don't I just go up and start putting up posts and the likes? No, every content you make, every content you come up with, there should be a strategy behind it. Remember the funnel, top, bottom, middle, and bottom. So a content strategy includes everything from your brand messages and tone, to how you will promote your content and eventually repurpose it. So how do you create your content now? The process includes research. Where you do your research, you do make research about the market and the likes. You generate ideas. Oftentimes, you see me always write on my phones. Maybe there's a topic I want to write about, I just put it down on my phones. You get, because I always don't let ideas run away when they come. So when a topic comes to me, I just put it down there. You get. Then I now begin to write. Now when I write, I don't necessarily start out to look at if my English is correct or so, because the idea is to write as fast as possible. So it's the end where you're now editing and proofreading that you now begin to check your writings if they are correct or not. Then you now upload your content and then you publish. Now, where do I generate ideas from? As a writer, as a digital marketer, you're always going to be asked to create content for a brand, a lot of them like that. Now, where do I just get content ideas from? Now, there's this site I popularly use, answertherepublic.com. I use that to generate content around a specific niche topic and the likes. You can also use the next one, content.com. Also, Google is your best friend. Use Google. You would find out for topics that people are currently searching on Google Trends. Use the Scholar.com. You see a lot of questions that people ask there. You now create content around them. Also, your competitors page. Go to your competitors page. Look out for what they are posting out there and repurpose, reinvent the wheels. Don't copy word for word, but ensure that you are tweaking them to favor your own brand. You get that? I do this a lot for people. Oftentimes, I just go to a competitor's page. I look out for content that they had and it went viral. I recreate the same thing, but different module, different process. You get it? Also, you can use blog topic idea generators. This is for people that are writing blogs and the likes. Also, Facebook groups, very, very key. You need to get into Facebook groups. You see people asking a lot of questions there. From there, you can begin to generate content from there. Also, discussion forums. Now, how do I create a content creation strategy? How? The first thing is always key. Have a goal, have an objective, and know your key performing index. Because without a goal, you'll just be creating content for everyone. Content that just would not convert. Because the idea is to create content that converts. You get it? Not just anyhow content, but creating content that converts. Now, you need to understand and define your audience. Who exactly am I writing to? Who are they? We talked about a buyer persona in the first module, the customer journey. Who are they? Who are you writing for? Who are you creating content for? Do they understand what you do? You get it? Then you figure out the best content channels. I told you guys that it's not every content that suits every every social media platform. For example, you can't take up a blog post for over thousands of words and put it on Twitter, on Instagram. Nobody's going to read all of that. You get? So you are going to determine or figure out the best content channels that you need in order to achieve what you want. Then decide on the kind of content you want to look at. Is it write-ups? Is it graphics? Is it videos? Ensure you decide all of that, because it will serve as a guide. And I always tell people that know your strength. You get it? Know your strength. Not everyone likes to write. Some people will just prefer a video. So know your strength and focus on your strength. If making videos are your strength, make videos. If writing is your strength, write. Just decide on the kind of content types you want to create. Then identify and allocate resources. What resources would you be needing to create content? Is it, if it's designs, do I need to pay for a subscription? Is it Canva I need to use? Is it Adobe Illustrator I need to use? If it's video, do I need to use InShot? Do I need to use Vimeo? Do I need to use all those things? You need to get all of them together to get it. If it's a blog post, do I need the website and the likes? Also, create a content calendar. What this will do is that it will guide you into how best you can be productive. What content calendar does is to see that it will help you make your content steadily maximizing all potentials. That means that you will not just be randomly creating content. You just wake up in the morning and create content how you feel. No, it has all been aligned. It has all been written down, or with the calendar you have allocated slots for each content you want to create. Is it a DIY? Is it a tips and tricks? Is it a review? Is it a product? All these things are what I do oftentimes. And with time, you get used to it that you might not even be needing it again. You already know what to post at a particular day. That's why you see that if you go to some brand page every Monday morning, they have Monday motivation. It's how they have allocated the slot in every of their content calendar. Monday morning, motivational post. Afternoon, product. Evening, maybe questions and the likes. Tuesday, tips, tricks. Do it yourself, meets, frequently asked questions. There are many content ideas you can come up with. You get it? Also, I must talk about something that when you're creating content, always use formulas that exist. When you're creating content, always use formula that exists. There is the AIDI model. That's the attention, interest, desire, and action. I think we'll look at that. That's more like copywriting, actually, because if you're going to be a content writer, you must be good at copywriting. You must be good at storytelling. You must be good at what else? Research, majorly, because these are what you use to drive or write content that drives traffic and converts. So you must be a good copywriter. You must know how to use words, strong words, because trust me, people buy based on emotions. So if you are able to play on their emotions, you'll be able to get them to convert. So the idea of copywriting is to play along people's emotion, fear, happiness, anger, sadness, and the likes. You're writing to play along their emotions. You get it? So when you're able to do all of this, you will be able to write content or create content that converts. Either it's a video, either it's a write-up, whichever way it is. Now, what exactly is social media management? I was going to talk about this because I figured out that this is one of the easiest ways that a lot of digital marketers make a lot of money from. It's one of the easiest niche that you can actually get into, and within 3 months you're already making money from it. So social media management is more like the process of analyzing social media audiences and developing a strategy that is tailored to them, that creating and distributing content for social media profiles, monitoring online conversations, collaborating with influencers, providing community service, and monitoring, measuring, and reporting on social media performance and ROI. So there is social media marketing and social media management. They are different. Social media marketing is wild. There is a lot of things that you need to do along that. But when you come about social media management, your key focus are the social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Reddit, TikTok, Snapchat, and the likes. Do you get that? So what the career part here, what would you need to become a social media manager? The first thing is you must understand the basis of social media management, what exactly it is. Now this is a wide niche field that I might not be able to talk about a lot, because I believe that That's why I listed a lot of things out here. If you can make research and find out basic of these things, you know what to do and how you intend to go about it. You get it? So you must understand the basics of social media management. It's just about posting content or just no. It's about you being strategic about how you create content, knowing and understanding what your audience needs at a particular time. So that means you are carefully taking your audience from the journey that they are in, from the awareness to the consideration to the conversion. That's what you are doing. Do you get that? So you must understand the basics of social media management. You must understand the skills and the services you must offer. You must understand the skills of a social media manager, writing, design. You must be able to analyze. You must be able to do market research. You must be able to understand the brand voice, the brand messages, and the likes. For example, there was a brand I worked with. They sell perfume and the likes. When I started creating content for them, the CEO reached out to me and was like, how am I able to write like her? Or how am I able to talk as if she's the one talking? Do you get it? It was very easy because I studied the market. I understood what they were doing before, what was working and what was not working. So I was able to tweak. You get that? So you must understand the service and the skills. How many times am I posting a day? Am I posting just twice? Is it once? Is it 3 times? See, these are all of things that you need to understand as a social media manager. What skills am I offering? What service can I offer? Because in social media management, there are a lot of skills to offer. You cannot be doing design alone. Yes. You cannot be doing captions alone. Yes. And your work cannot be posting, or your work can just be engagement. Exactly. These are services that you can offer. Do you get it? Now you must know how to onboard clients. I talked about this in the previous module, how to onboard the client. You must know how to onboard the client. You must be able to choose your niche. Now, when I started social media management, before I began to narrow down, I was working for almost any niche at all. Bring clothing store, bring perfume, bring food. I was working for almost any niche I found. You get, but I began to see that I was not being productive as I should in all. I can be better here, I might not be better here. So I now down to a particular niche where I already know what works there. So I don't need to now be looking for strategy, content for different niche. I know what works on your niche. So either ways, I'm killing it. You get it? I'm killing it. Then you should be able to run social media audits. What are social media audits? You are auditing the social media profile of the brand. What exactly do they have that is wrong? What are they not implementing? Do they have their bio constructed well? Do they have their bio SEO optimized? Do they have links, CTA, highlights on their profiles and the likes? How often do they post? What's their engagement rate like? What's their conversion rate like? These are the things that you need to understand or know. Do you get it? Also, don't forget, you should be able to create invoice and contract for your services. I always tell people, don't begin a work without a contract. I've had to, of course, when I started job and when I started working as a freelancer and the likes, I've had people where we would have a plan, an agreement, and at the end of the month you don't pay, or you're paying half and the likes. All those kind of things get me very pissed off. You get? So I come up with a contract for you. There's going to be a place where, in case you don't pay, you default, what's going to happen, and all of that. You get it? So come up with invoices and contract for your services. Also, you should be able to create a social media strategy. I think I talked about this. It's more like a digital strategy actually, but it's just different because this is just for social media. You must be able to create social media strategy for that. Social media strategy would be understanding your audience, your goals, your KPIs, and the likes. You get. Also, being able to create a content calendar. That is very, very key. You must know how to do all of this as a social media manager, because oftentimes there are brands that they want you to be reviewing your work. Like they'll tell you to post to send them 2 weeks content plan. You get, so they will review it before you can post it on their page. When I started social media management, then when I was doing it, I had a client that she had to review all my posts before I can publish them. Until I think over some period of time when she saw that I was better at what I do, she stopped reviewing my product, my content and the likes. I just go ahead and post every time and the likes. You get. So they have to first see that you understand what you are doing and you know better. You get, and when they see that you can actually manage this without being authorized or without being supervised or without being checked upon, then you have the free hand to be very, 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 very productive. You get. Also, basic design skills. You should know how to do design. If it's Canva, if it's whatever it is, you should just might know how to do design, because sometimes as a social media manager, you might be asked to create content. You get, so we are posting on the likes. You should just be able to do that. Then analytics and reporting. You should know how to report very well, because data is very important when it comes to marketing. Data is very, very, very important. If you don't have data, you might not be able to look at what you need to be doing. Okay, I think I would attach a file also for the audit and the likes. So I think that's basically all that we might be looking at. I started to include email marketing, but I feel that it's going to be very, very broad and we might not be able to cover it. But it depends on how it goes. I might just include it maybe before the week ends if possible. All right, so guys, now what's the module activity for this week? Okay, so in this module, you're preparing for your new role as a digital marketer, as a content marketer, as a social media manager. The first thing you do is to develop a content plan for different online assets like websites, social media platforms. You know, I said that content varies for each platforms. So your idea is to come up with a content plan for all these online assets. Either it's a website, either it's social media platforms, either it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the likes. Also, you develop a social media strategy, a guideline, and a content calendar for your brand X. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Okay, guys, so thank you for staying around. I look forward to getting your assignment done. Thank you, guys.